On the road to the NBA playoffs, the Denver Nuggets are next up. They're 47-30, number 3 in the West. But you know what? It's just too close to call, even this deep into the season. The West, let me tell you, the West is just out of control.
We won't know until the season's over. Let's just be honest. Only one team that's secure is the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 1. Everybody else, matter of fact, it's so funny because if you look at standings right now, the East have if you postseason ready, playing ready, or out, it's clear. Eliminated, it's clear. They got all the little subcategories on every team in the East. But the West, still undetermined, down to San Antonio Spurs. You mean to tell me the San Antonio Spurs got a chance to get into the postseason? At least through the play-in tournament? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And we're talking about, 1 week left?
Down to the wire.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic. First of all, he had a 61-point game and a double overtime loss. Wasn't even a victory. Nikola Jokic, you know what? At this stage, what I'm witnessing from him is unprecedented. There's not another player like him anywhere. If you look through history of the NBA until now, ain't nobody. I mean, he's one of one.
Is it only one of one because of his position as a center?
It's that, and just his body of work and the way he looks out there on the court. I mean, he's just unathletic. I mean, it's just like unbelievable.
I promise you, unassuming. You don't even. He steps on the court, and you like, if you don't get, oh no, I need to get it together. He is. I promise you, watching him play, it's like, what did you just see that? Like, it don't even seem like it happened, but it did. Yeah. Who heaves? Now, and Steph Curry is fire when it comes to shooting the ball. But how does Nikola Jokic on the opposite end of the court, not even nowhere near the half point line on the court, near the other basket, heave a 3? How you do that?
And it's his form that is so crazy. Right. You're like, oh, that's not going in. Because is he all behind his head with it? At least Steph shoots it like a normal motion. Right. Jokic behind the head, elbow all crooked. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, he is most definitely one of one. I agree with you on that. He goes down as one of the top 10. He has to. Now, he may not have all the fanfare because that's not who he is personality-wise, but skill-wise, especially on offense, you cannot deny that man. You can't deny it. And unfortunately, he's had to carry, and I talked about it in the previous video, he has had to carry the Denver Nuggets on his back. I'm so glad in that 61-point game, at least Aaron Gordon said, let me get a couple of threes in here for you. Let me help you out, big dog. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So, the Denver Nuggets, the Tickies can't get past Timberwolves. Timberwolves got their number. They hemmed them up in the playoffs last season in 2024. They hemmed them up at the end of the season in 2025. The Timberwolves are their Achilles heel as we speak,
Yeah, but when there's something to play for this season, I think it'll be different.
You think so?
I just think so. I think so. Now, look, Jamal Murray has been dealing with his hamstring injury. If he don't get that together, there's a problem. Because I'm Team Russell Westbrook all day, every day. I'm
Team
Russ.
Still.
Heck yeah, all day, every day. And since we're on that, and I know why you said that, still, because he's part of the reason why they lost that game, right? In double overtime. Okay, cool. But one thing is for sure, Coach Michael Malone, and the team, including Jokic, they backed Russ's play. They said, look, it was the right play to do. We didn't lose just because of that.
Right. They support him for sure.
Appreciated that.
Mm-hmm. I think he did too. I'm quite sure Westbrook feels good about that because had he still been on the Lakers,
they would have threw him so far under the bus.
Are you kidding me? Under Crypto.com Center. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and if you are in the arena and you try to challenge Russ, whether you a fan or not, careful because he will approach you. Did you see him? Somebody said something on his way off the court, and Russ came back to him and was like what? What'd you say? Like what? I was like, see, you can't do that with Russ. But anyway, moving on, Jamal Murray. He needs to get that hamstring under control because Jokic needs him.
Jokic needs him.
Without Jamal Murray, I just wonder how far the Nuggets can go, even if Jokic scores 61.
It's not enough. it's just not enough. He can score all 100 points, and it won't be enough. So.
Yeah. Christian Brown is having a career year. Happy to see that, right? But the problem is with him in the starting lineup, now the bench is suspect. That's going to be their problem as well. There's a couple of problems facing the Denver Nuggets.
No, absolutely. I mean, and MPJ is also having a pretty good year as well. Of course, now it's that injury piece that I'm always concerned about, and how will that linger when we get down to the postseason for people, and him is one of them. So I just hope that they're whole as much as they can be so they can compete like they did back in 2023 when they won the championship. That's what I'm looking forward to, because I believe Nikola Jokic is going to come out there. And he played 50 plus minutes. Who?
Gosh.
I know. Anyway.
He's having an MVP season, no doubt about that. Now, whether the NBA will hand it to him, I don't know. Could be MVP fatigue. Maybe it's time for somebody else. But you can't deny his body of work this season. It's phenomenal. I mean, without him on the Nuggets, we talking about play-in team at best.
At best.
Okay.
At best. Yep.
But with all that said, go ahead.
So with all that said, how far you think the Nuggets will go?
Oh, they going to the Western Conference Finals.
Let me see. Let me challenge that real quick. Let me look at the standings real quick. All right. So look, the potential, because if I'm on the NBA.com app, you want to sponsor us, NBA.com? Okay. Anyway, I'm on the app and I'm looking at the standings and I'm looking at the playoff picture. The Denver Nuggets can potentially play Lakers, Warriors, or Memphis, depending on how the season ends. That's how close the record is right now between the three. So as I'm looking at the conference standings, yeah.
Nuggets are not going home in the first round. You can hang that up.
Regardless of who they play between the three teams?
Yeah, they're not going home in the first round. Nikola Jokic will make sure of that.
Well, I can tell you right now, they will want to be paired up with the Memphis Grizzlies so they can have a quick out, a couple of days rest before they go into the semi-conference finals. That's kind of how I see it. Like, that's what you want to be paired up with. Because if you are paired up with Golden State Warriors for whatever reason, and they fall down to the 6th seed, it's going to be a 7-game series.
Yeah, it's going long.
For sure. And with the Lakers, I don't know.
Right. All right, so let's talk about the Houston Rockets. Right now, I think the Houston Rockets are locked in at number 2.
I agree. I think so.
Yes.
I think so. Yes. I think they're locked in at number 2. Yep.
No idea who they'll be playing, whoever it is. I think they're going to be playing the LA Clippers in the first round.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be tough, but, the way the Rockets are set up right now, you have somebody different leading their team in all statistical categories. Jalen Green leads them on points, Sengun on rebounds, Fred on assists, Tari Eason on steals, and Amen Thompson on the blocks. Anytime you have that type of balance,
yeah,
they're almost unstoppable.
Almost unstoppable. However, sometimes they're challenged late in the game. So, and we're talking about veteran players for sure. A few I want to say Kawhi, most definitely 2-time champion. If he's healthy, maybe. And then, Norman Powell, excuse me, forget about him. He's on that championship roster as well. So, and James Harden, I mean, he is a champion in waiting, have been for a very long time. What I can say about the Houston Rockets, I think, which is admirable for this particular season, is that they haven't seen the postseason in 5 seasons. Finally, since James Harden. So they finally have arrived there. And I think they've worked at it, earned their spot at number 2 in the Western Conference. Number 2. Not grazing through at the 6th seed. No, solid number 2 spot. You cannot deny their season this year. And I think that's something that should be applauded.
Yes, absolutely. Especially when they were number 11 last season under head coach Ime Udoka. I knew that was going to change. I knew they were in waiting to move up into the standings, but I didn't see number 2 though. I didn't see number 2 in their future. In the West, didn't see it.
I'm gonna tell you what helped them. That defense, the Terror Twins, that Ahmed Thompson.
Yeah.
The league ain't ready. Them players ain't ready for him.
Dylan Brooks, though. Now I'm gonna need Dylan. Is suspended right now after getting his 16th technical foul.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get that one out the way when the postseason starts. We go. I believe it starts over, or there's a different point system for that. But Dylan Brooks tiptoes the line like every game between ejection and I'm just gonna get one technical foul. Like,
see, this is the thing though. He's at a point now in this season that he has to really be careful, because when he's not in the game, it does impact their overall defense, right? And do the team want him to jeopardize that and their potential moving through the postseason because he can't get himself together? Again, fun to watch during regular season, but see, now we're down for you to make a decision, Dylan Brooks, on how you want to manage your emotions. I'm just saying, because it may look, you may get ejected, but that ejection could really derail our postseason run. And do you want to be a part of that?
Yeah, I wouldn't want that on my shoulders and have to deal with Coach Udoka in the locker room, because he doesn't hold back.
Probably had him.
Yeah. I have the Houston Rockets going to the Western Conference Finals.
How they gonna do that?
Why not? They're number 2.
So?
And the way it works is 3 versus 6, 2 versus 7. They stay together throughout the playoffs. So that means at the end of the day, I believe they're going to face the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. I think the Nuggets will finish somewhere 6 in the West. They'll stay right there along with the Houston Rockets. And then in the following round, is it possible?
You mean to tell me OKC Thunder, thank you for your service?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah. We getting ready to talk about them right now. You ready to move on to the OKC Thunder?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You mean to tell me you don't see the GOAT James and Stephen Curry in the conference finals?
No. The way it looks right now, 4 and 5 are going to play each other. So one of them not going anyway.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. So you mean to tell me that whichever one of those teams go to the second round, that'll be their last round?
That is correct.
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be great basketball. I think the West playoffs are going to be way more entertaining than the East. I just think the East will be over long before the West. The West is going to drag out.
The East almost gives me predictable. Almost. The West, unpredictable. So to your point, I agree. We'll be waiting each round for the West teams to finish.
Yeah.
Before we can move on to the next round. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. So where do you have the Rockets finishing up?
Round 2.
Okay.
I believe they can get through round 1. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. So let's move on to the OKC Thunder, your team all season. 64.
All season,
yeah, 64-12, number 1. It's been locked for weeks, months. The OKC Thunder, I'm telling you, this 11-game winning streak that they're on right now, and the point differential, like these are blowout games that they're winning. OKC looks pretty good in the regular season.
Yeah. And they're going to be equally good in the postseason. I feel it. I'm here for it. They're going to go to the Western Conference Finals. Yep. They're getting through it.
Okay. I have them in the conference semis.
Okay.
Only because, like the Cleveland Cavaliers, they are unproven.
Yep.
And if Shai Gilgeous is not getting those foul calls in the postseason, I just don't know what that means for OKC. What else will they do?
Yeah.
How else will Shai get his points? He's skillful. We know, I got it. But he gets a lot of his points from the free throw line. And if he's not getting those points, that point differential looks a lot different. And so now we're talking about close games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't wait to see it. But I'm still going to be riding on that bandwagon with OKC Thunder. They look phenomenal this year. So, I agree with every point you mentioned. and anything can happen, right? But for me, Western Conference Finals for sure, for sure.
That's fair. It's fair. I mean, Shat Holmgren has been very fragile this season. Are you worried about him at all?
Always, yes. I'm
Mhm.
always worried about him. I really hope he can make it through the postseason. Yeah, I do. I do. He would be a complimentary piece for sure, a needed piece that they need on the floor every night during the postseason. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I have no concern about whoever they play for round one. None.
Oh, no, neither do I.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.